Hey you guys, it's Justin, and today we'll be reading The Little Scarecrow Boy by Margaret Wise Brown. Let's get into it. Once upon a time, in a cornfield, there lived a scarecrow and a scarecrow wife and their little scarecrow boys. Every day of the world, Old Man Scarecrow went into the cornfield to make faces at the cows. And every day of the world, his little scarecrow boy wanted to come too. And every day of the world, Old Man Scarecrow said, No, little boy, you can't go. You're not fierce enough to scare a crow. Wait till you grow. So every day, the little scarecrow boy stayed at home all day and just grew. Every day out in the field, Old Man Scarecrow waved his arms and made terrible faces. He made such terrible faces that the crows nearly lost their feathers at the sight of him there, and they flew far, far away. Every evening when the sun went down, Old Man Scarecrow came rattling home. And all evening he sat in the scarecrow house teaching his little scarecrow boy how to make fierce faces. Old Lady Scarecrow whistled through her straw teeth at the looks of them there. But early in the morning when the sun came up, it was the same old note. No, little boy, you can't go. You're not fierce enough to scare a crow. Wait till you grow. So the little scarecrow boy stayed at home all day and just grew. Then one day, after the little boy had learned all 6 of his father's terrible faces so that he could go make them one after the other, he decided to run away. Early the next morning, he would go out into the cornfield and he would frighten a crow. So before the sun was up, or Old Man Scarecrow was up, or Old Lady Scarecrow was up, the little scarecrow boy slipped out of bed, just quietly on tiptoe, and went quietly out of the house. Over to the cornfield, up on his father's post in his father's place. It was a fine shining morning with the sun gleaming green down from the corn blades. Crows circled in the air far away over the trees. The little scarecrow boy waved his arms through the air. He had never felt fiercer in all his life. And then came flying a big black crow. Oh, oh, oh. The little scarecrow made his first fierce face. And still came flying the big black crow. Oh, oh, oh. The little scarecrow boy made his second fierce face and still came flying the big black crow. His third face, oh, 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 time to go. So the little scarecrow boy ran, and he ran down the corn rows. The black flopping rings made a noise now, and looking back, he could see the blue sky through the ragged feathers of the nearest crow. He ran around and he ran. Then he stopped, his fourth face, and still came flying the big black crow. So he ran and he ran and he ran and he ran. And the crow flew and he flew and he flew. And the little scarecrow boy ran. And then he made his fifth and next to fiercest face of all. And still came flying the big black crow. The little boy had only one face left now and hardly any breath. Even so, he stopped, and with his arms stretched wide above his head and his fingers drooping on his hands, he gave the big crow the 6th face. And whoa! The old crow flew backwards through the air, feathers flying everywhere, until there wasn't even the shadow of a crow on the land. A scarecrow, at least. The little scarecrow knew that he was as fierce as a scarecrow as there was all in the cornfields in all the world. And then he saw a shadow in front of him, and he looked up, and there behind him was an old man scarecrow, his father. And his father was proud of his little boy, who had made all 6 faces at the crows. And he picked up his little scarecrow boy in his scarecrow arms, and they went home to breakfast. And when the little scarecrow grew up, he was the fiercest scarecrow in all the fields in all the world. The end.